Good evening, one and all present here. On today's webinar is on the basic of ETF. I quickly tell about the objectives of the main our webinar to educate the participants on the basics of ETF, including what they are, how they work, and the benefits of investing in them. To get to know the unique advantages that Tradeplus offers to its users, select predefined ETF baskets in the Rocket trading platform. And finally, Q&A session, ETF tradings and Tradeplus platform. We have two wonderful speakers. First, I would like to introduce Mr. Akash Jain, financial advisor, ETF product specialist from South Region. We are thrilled to have Akash Jain as a speaker for this webinar. Akash is a seasoned financial analyst and business management expert with a wealth of experience in the ETF industry. He is an ETF product specialist for Southern Region, and he has a passion for helping people understand the benefits of investing in ETFs. Thank you so much, Akash, for creating this awareness webinar on ETF for our investors.
Pleasure.
And I would like to introduce Mr. Vikram. He's a manager of trades and technical department. Mr. Vikram is a financial expert and specialist in ETF trading. In this webinar, he will be covering the unique advantages that Tradeplus offers to its client, selecting predefined ETF baskets in the Rocket trading platform. Over to Akash.
Hi all, good evening, and thank you, Mohinder, for a very good introduction. So, as Mohinder has just said, I am from ICICI and handle the entire South in terms of anything that is passive. So, in my basket of responsibilities, it is not just ETF but also the index fund. So, these are the two passive products that are going on. So, when I say passive, what do I mean? Here, of course, we are for the investments, right? And here, I'm sure a lot of you would be investing into shares, right? And a few who do not know how to invest into shares would be wondering how to invest into mutual funds, wondering how to invest into something where I do not have to, work very efficiently in terms of understanding fundamentals, because some of you would be engineer or a doctor, you would not have time to analyze the stocks. And also, you do not want to believe in something called as mutual fund, possibly because you might be thinking that there is a person who would be analyzing for me and who knows if they're right or wrong, what if they take a right decision or not. And that is the gap where something called as passive comes in. So when there is a gap of people not knowing how to analyze the stocks and also not believing in the active front, something called passive is there. And what is passive? Passive is nothing but anything that is just replicating the market. So what do I mean by active? Let me actually explain you what is active investing and what is passive investing. Active investing is nothing but the mutual funds that we have, right? So since, let's say, we are 33 over here, and all of us do not know how to analyze the stocks. But we know that there is a person called a fund manager. He has an entire understanding of the market. He is knowledgeable. He has studied about this market and he can very well analyze the stocks. So what we do is we, alongside, so we have 33 members. I put in 5,000 of my caliber. There is another person who is putting 2,000. There is another person who is putting 10,000. We invest according to our calibers in a fund, which that fund manager is handling. And so when that money goes to that fund manager, he basically uses that money to buy stocks. And with the fund that we have given to him, he gives us back units. So if I gave 2,000, I got 2,000 units. Let's say 1 unit is 1 rupees. I get 2,000 units. Person who invested 10,000, he gets 10,000 units. Likewise, how much money you have given, the respective units price, which is called NAV. So accordingly, you get the respective units. The fund manager now buys the shares, and you let's say in total he gathered 1 crore, and that 1 crore he has made a return of 1 crore 20 lakhs, which is 20% returns he has made, because he was able to analyze the stocks. To analyze the stocks, what he had a team members of around say 10 people, analysts, who are able to give him the research reports. So all this also involves a cost for him, right? So he charges you the expense ratio. And this is how generally mutual fund industry works. Now, let's say all 34, all 35 of us right now we believe that market is very, very efficient. Market knows already. We always keep hearing that market is all futuristic. They all price in every activity that is happening. It is all priced in. During COVID, did all the companies show losses? all of a sudden on March 23rd? No, right? It was because of the futuristic approach that we all panicked. Every expert in the industry panicked, and things were sold off. So basically, it is not just the loss of the company. It is also about fundamentals. It is also about the emotions, and those things generally work in the industry. So what does the passive investor believe is? So anyways, market is chipping in. I mean, anyways, market is pricing in everything. So why should I believe what a fund manager would be doing? So rather, there should be something called passive. Now this is where the passive factor comes in, where there is a fund manager. There is still a fund. There is a fund manager, but this fund manager is saying that he is not going to have a research team. He is not going to be a research analyst himself. In fact, in ICICI rather, in ICICI and Nippon, DSV, any EMC companies, there are fund managers for passive products as well. Okay, so index fund is there, ETF is there. I'll very well explain you what is ETF, but just stay with me for here. So a fund manager is running a fund now, where this fund manager is now saying that all of you, all these participants over here, you do not have to worry that I will have a research team who could possibly go wrong and you might have a failure. No, that would not be the case. I assure you, I will be buying this 1 crore rupees that I've collected. I will be buying the respective shares in such a way that it reflects the same weightage how it is showing in Nifty. So today in Nifty, if let's say Reliance is 14%, I will buy 14% of our fund. That is out of 1 crore, I will invest 14 lakhs in Reliance. If HDFC Bank is 10% of the weightage of the Nifty top 50 companies, I will buy 10% of HDFC Bank. Tomorrow, let's say something happened in Reliance and Reliance weightage has come down in Nifty 50. Let's say it has come to 5% and some other company has gone on the top. I will sell off those respective 14 lakhs and I'll keep only 15 lakhs worth of 5 lakh worth of my allocation in Reliance, because the weightage has come down to 5% now. So this is how a fund manager of a passive side would work on. He would always replicate the market. Let's say a fund manager, he of course he's knowledgeable. He thinks that Reliance is going to be Reliance is a very bullish trend. 14% is not enough. It should rather have 20%. But no, the regulation for the fund manager in the passive side says he cannot put his judgment. If he is bullish or if he is bearish, he has to replicate the market. And guys, let me give you a figure. 80% of the times passive products are beating active currently in India. In the foreign end, if you see, America is highly developed in terms of our stock market industry as well. We are after COVID, our percentage has gone up, but it is still in a single digit. It's around 3 to 4%. But over there, it's highly developed. So alpha generation for the active fund manager is really hard. So that's the reason passive side over there is already in full development, and it's fully it is able to beat active easily. Over here, alpha generation is still possible because not too many analysts are there, right? I hope you're understanding, because let's say 100 people are there in the group, and those out of that only 2 people know how to analyze the stocks. In that case, alpha generation is easy. But let's say 90% of you know how to analyze the stock. How will that stock will have that a lesser than fair value? It will always be on the higher end, or it will be on the intrinsic value. So there will be no alpha generation. So this is what happens in passive side. There is no idea of alpha generation. We always believe that what market is doing is right, and we invest just according to the market, that is as per the weightage. So with this, I've laid foundation of what is passive and what is active. All right, passive is about replicating the market. That's it. Now I hope all of you know we have Nifty 50, we have Nifty 100. So all in all, we have 500 companies. How is it divided? Large cap, mid cap, and small cap. Large cap is top 100 companies. So we have Nifty 50, we have Nifty 100. We have mid cap companies, right? We have small cap companies. Mid cap companies goes from 100 to 250, 101 to 250, and from 251 to 500 are small cap companies. So how are these allocations given? These are given based on their weightages, market capitalization, total value of the company. So I have taken all the companies in India. I have done from ascending to descending, from highest to lowest, market cap based, and I find Reliance is the biggest company in India. Likewise, accordingly, the ranking goes, and accordingly, I have taken the top 100 companies, then 150 companies, and then 250. Okay, 100, 150. So top large and mid becomes 250, and last 250 companies become small cap. So this is how the indexation is done. Index. So there is an index, right? Now, let's say I have so many people over here. If you all want to invest into Nifty, what is the way? How would you invest in Nifty? There should be a product where you can invest, right? So such product is index fund and ETFs. Today if Mohinder wants to invest into Nifty, so how would he invest? Does he has to go to NSE and buy Nifty? No, there's no way. NSE just makes an index. There's no place to buy NSE and Nifty over there. So this is a common myth. A lot of people think that Nifty can be bought from NSE. No, it is just an index made by the NSE. Nifty is just an index. Sensex is just an index made by BSE. They are not selling it. They have just made a theoretical part of it. Now, what ICICI did, what Nippon, what other AMCs did it, we went to we went to NSE. We said we are making a product out of it. We got the approvals and we pay the fees for them. And now we have set up a fund manager. This fund manager now has created a product for you, a fund for you, right? Where now Mohinder will come and he'll invest into this particular product. And accordingly, as Mohinder came, as a lot of people of your investment has come, this 1 crore has come to the fund manager. Now he's replicating the market and giving the units, just as like with active fund. Now you're getting the respective units as well. Okay. Now in passive side, we have two things. There are two ways to invest. One is index fund and one is ETF. What is the difference? Index fund is just like any other mutual fund, just like any other mutual fund. ETF is also not different than a mutual fund. It is just like mutual fund. So what is the difference? As you can read the name, ETF full form is Exchange Traded Funds. All right. Now please read this backwards. What is it? A fund. So it is a fund. I told you. What is a fund? A fund is where all of you together, as per your caliber, you invest, right? And accordingly, the fund manager invests to an ETF. ETF is also a fund. There is a fund manager for ETF. Okay. So it is a fund which is traded on the exchange. Is a mutual, can you trade on mutual funds? No. You just get the closing NAV. You basically do an SIP or you put a lump sum. You get the closing NAV and accordingly the respective units are assigned to you. ETF also has units. ETF is also a fund, but only thing is this is a mutual fund which is trading on the exchange and hence called exchange traded funds. Okay. Now, what is the difference between ETF and index fund? Let's understand this. ETF and index fund, they both replicate the market. They both are passive. This is similarity. Second, can you put limit orders? Limit order mean, let's say Reliance is trading at 2000 and I think that Reliance might fall. I put a limit order at 1900. If Reliance falls at 1900, my buy order will get executed. I can do this on ETF also. Let's say Nifty 50 and let's say Sensex today. Sensex ETF is there and let's say Sensex is around 62,000. Okay. I think market will fall by 500 points. So I put ETF. ETF 1 unit would be 61.5. Let's say, okay. So I put an order of 61.5 for 100 units. Okay, I'm investing 61,500. 1 unit is 61.5 rupees. So if market falls at 61,500, my order will get executed. Can you do this in mutual fund? No. You just have to do the lump sum or the SIP, and accordingly the respective units will be given to you. But ETF, you can play the market. If you are thinking you're bearish, and let's say at 1 o'clock, okay, morning market opened at 62,000. 1 o'clock market came at 61,500. 3:30 market closed again to 62,000. Market was flat that day. But me, I was active at 1 o'clock. I had put that order for limit order of 61.5 and I was able to buy the ETF at 61. I was able to buy Sensex at 61.5. That is 61,500. A mutual fund investor, let's say Mohinder invested in mutual fund. He was able to, he invested in a flat market. He got NAV according to 62,000, but I was able to get it at 61.5, right? So this is how in an ETF, you are still investing into a fund. You're still investing into a mutual fund, but it is a product that is allowing you to put limit orders. It is giving a live NAV. In the morning, if market is at 62,000, the NAV will be 62 rupees. If it in the 1 o'clock, it has fallen to 61,500, it will give at 61.5. Again, at 3:30, market went to 62,000. ETF again came at NAV of 62 rupees. Okay, so this is how you will be able to buy the ETF. Okay. So I hope the base for ETF is set for you. Anyways, for those who have possibly joined late or anyone, I'm gonna run through the presentation. I'm not a guy who runs through pointers, but you will be able to understand if at all anything was missed by any of you, or if an understanding was missed on ETF part. So ETF, again, just as I said, it is like an active mutual fund, but it offers a diversification based on the respective index. So let's say now I am an investor who wants to invest in a mid cap section. I can right now just go to ICICI Midcap 150, open your demat account. You go, let's say you want to buy Infosys. What do you type in? You go to the watch list, you put the search button, you type in Infosys or Infi, INFI. You can just like shares, you can also buy ETF. So guys, let me tell you, ETF is a hybrid of shares and mutual funds. Now, if ever you get a question, is it possible in ETF? Let's ask a question to ourselves. Can I buy ETF on demat? So you should ask a question. Can I buy shares on ETF? Can I buy shares on demat? You can. You can buy ETF also on demat. All right. So anything that you can do on shares, you will be able to do on ETF. Anything that is possible in mutual fund, you will be able to do in ETF. So ETF is a great hybrid combination of shares and mutual funds. All right. So it is the best product for all of those who want to invest into a stock market, who have very basic idea about stock market, who do not know how to do the fundamental analysis, and who is not on the side of active part as well. You can just be a part of ETF investor, and you will be able to be a part of investing journey without even taking care of anything. Yes, ETF is not about the SIV part. It again depends on how the features work. But in mutual funds, can you do an SIP? Yes, you can. But in ETF, it again depends on the future if given. Feature if given. Excuse me. So ETF is basically a proportion of an index of securities. As I said, if Reliance is 14%, HDFC is 10%, SBI is 5%. Accordingly, the respective number of units you will be getting. Let's say in your portfolio, if you want to understand, let's say you are invested in Nifty 50 ETF, and your friends comes to you and ask you, in your portfolio, how much do you think Reliance would be? If you would invest in active mutual fund, you have to go to the active mutual fund portfolio. You have to check, and you will be able to tell. But if you are investing into Nifty 50 ETF, you can very well open an NSE website itself and see what is Nifty, and that will be your portfolio in ETF as well. So as I said, and I repeat again, fund manager is not allowed, even if he is bullish or bearish, he is not allowed to take his call. He has to follow the mandate given by the SEBI itself, that he has to follow the weightages as suggested by the NSE on Nifty. If it is a Sensex ETF, he has to follow the respective weightage given on Sensex. Okay. If it is mid cap, he has to replicate the same. If it is a small cap ETF, that means in your portfolio 250 companies are there. Okay. So that is about ETF. ETF are always passive. So I've got a very common question in this. Is it do ETF do active investing also? No. ETF is all about passive, and not just in India, it is everywhere. ETF is all about passive. Okay. So what are the kind of ETFs that we have? There are various kind of ETFs. Okay, and I'll just divide this in different ways. So we have market cap based ETF, we have sectoral ETF, and we have smart beta ETF. Now, smart beta ETF is an amazing factor. Let me just break this up for you. Market based ETF, as I just said, we have Nifty 50, that is market cap based, correct? So that is market. You have one mid cap 150 ETF, which is, what is that? That is market based again, because that is mid cap. How do you decide? Based on market cap. So that is market based ETF. There is a ETF called ICICI Prudential Bank ETF. Now, bank is sectoral, so it is a sectoral ETF. I have ICICI Prudential IT ETF. I have ICICI Prudential FMCG ETF. I have ICICI Prudential Healthcare ETF. Now, what do I mean by this? What is bank ETF? Bank ETF means, again, I have taken all the top banks of India. Okay, so there are certain criteria, and on those you will be able to see HDFC, all the banking as per their, again, the market cap, the weightages. But when I say bank ETF, it will have only bank. When I say FMCG, it will have only FMCG. So a few over here would be very prudent investors, you would be knowing very well how to analyze the sectors. You would be taking sectoral call, cyclical call, a very tactical call on respective sectors, because you are bullish on bank. You think IT valuations have gone down, US market is going to go through a recession, so possibly not a lot of income would be coming towards IT, and now possibly IT for the next 2 quarters are not that great. So let me stay away from IT. Let me be very much focused towards commodity. Let's say I'm bullish on gold. I'm bullish on bank. I would choose bank ETF. I'm bullish on gold, I said. So if I'm bullish on gold, do I go and buy physical gold? No, there is a possibility, easy option for me to invest through ETF itself. How would that work? So here, a fund manager again. Let's say I'm the fund manager. I'm collecting the fund from all of you. Okay, now with this fund, I have bought physical gold. I'm actually buying physical gold. For ICICI, we have gold in Ahmedabad and Indore. So we place those respective gold over there, and accordingly, as per the value of that gold, I gave you the respective units. So if Mohinder has given me 60,000 and the value of gold is 60,000, I gave him 1 unit for 1 rupee every each. Okay. If he has given me to 1,20,000, accordingly the respective unit value would be given to him. Okay. So this is how it will work. Now, gold has gone from 60,000 to 70,000. So his value has appreciated accordingly. So his value of units would be around 70,000. Now he can very well sell and he can book the profit. One of you might be thinking, can Mohinder ask for a physical gold instead? No. In gold ETF, physical gold is not appreciated. I mean, see, there is a regulation from SEBI that physical gold can be given, but for that, Mohinder would be losing a lot of value already, because he will have to go to the respective AMC's headquarters. He will have to carry back to his own place. All these hassles will include expensive cost, and that is not appreciated. That's the reason Mohinder can very well sell 70,000 worth of ETF, and he can very well buy physical gold then. So let's say I am a father and I have bought gold ETF. So gold ETF, you get value of 99.9. My friend says he can buy physical gold from his uncle and he would not put wastages. Even then, whatever it is, at least minimum 8% wastages does apply. And accordingly, you have respective taxations and everything, right? So wastages take away all those respective costs in physical gold. This is the idea. But otherwise, in gold ETF, you get the respective value as it is, and while you are selling, you get it as it is. So those 3% GST is not taxed on you. So you save on gold ETF in terms of wastages and in terms of taxation. And let's say after 7 years, when my daughter is ready to get married, I sold those respective ETF. I got the cash now. Now I can very well go and buy physical gold, right? So at least I didn't waste my I didn't have my extra costing during buying that wastages. Correct. So that is how the gold ETF is successful. We can very well have a more detailed understanding of gold ETF on some other day, but today it's all about understanding the basics. So this is the idea, right? Smart betas are nothing but, I have Nifty 50 and I have another 20 companies applied with a filter. It's not a right date for us to talk in this particular stipulated time, but I do would want all of you to Google once what is smart beta ETFs. There are plethora of videos on smart beta explaining what are those ETFs. But today, let us stick to basics. It is nothing but a passive and active strategy kind of ETF, and it is very successful as well, right? Liquid ETF, this you would generally park your money for a short term. Let's say I have my money today, I got my salary and I want to keep it for the next 5 days, because I think for the next 5 days, for the next 5 days, I will do my research, and after that only I will invest. But then I think that today I have got my entire salary and for no reason it will be lying idle. I'm a very, I'm a very financial fanatic, and I do not want to lose even one single day of unnecessary interest that I can earn. Liquid ETF gives me that particular return. Liquid ETF, what you can do is, let's say you got 1 lakh of salary today, you have 20,000 of your expenses, but 80,000 will be lying idle. What you can do is, you can go to the respective your Tradeplus app. You can buy liquid ETF. You can just buy liquid ETF with 80,000 and you will get the respective units. That 80,000 which would be lying in your trading account, let's say you generally put in your trading account, right, to buy shares. And when you do not buy shares, it lies idle in trading account. You can rather buy liquid ETFs. When you do that, let's say one option is you keep in trading account, and let's say another option is you buy liquid ETF. So Mohinder is keeping his money in trading account, so he's not getting any interest for the next 5 days. He's not getting interest. Whereas I, for the matter that 80,000, what I did is I bought ICICI liquid ETF. Okay, for those 5 days I was able to earn interest. Now you'll be asking what kind of interest. So currently the returns are coming up to 5 to 6% annual basis, right? So on that 80,000 of mine, possibly I will be able to earn 300 or whatever, 200, 300. And if it is, let's say this is just 80,000 that I've told, there are so many clients who have around 1 crore lying idle in a trading account. They are HNIs. For that 1 crore, they get thousands of money just for a few days, right? I have a corporate who, because they get money from their clients, they keep it parked in liquid ETF. They make such returns that they're able to waive off their salary, staff salaries, because of liquid ETF, just by parking money. Because every 30th they pay to the party, but from the clients they have got the money on 20th itself, on 15th itself. So for the next 15 days they keep the money parked over there. In that 15 days they're able to earn such return that they're able to pay off small short-term salaries of those respective staff. So this is how the liquid ETF would work. Again, I would urge all of you to look into liquid ETF. It's an amazing product. Okay, commodity ETF, I have told you, we had gold, now we have silver as well. Last 3 months, silver has given a return of 27%. ICICI was the first one to bring silver ETF. We understood the market. After then, every other company had come in, but we have become the market leaders for silver ETF. I would urge all of you to look into silver. Of course, Tradeplus can very well assist you on how silver could go on, and I would urge all of you to look into silver ETF as well. This is a great commodity product to invest in for your short-term parking and for your tactical calls. What are the advantages of ETF? You can buy and sell anytime. It is right on your phone, right? You can open your phone, open your demat account, you can buy, you can sell. For mutual funds, you have closing NAVs, right? But here at 2 o'clock, if you think that market has gone up and now possibly at 3:30 will go down again, you sell at 2:30 itself. So you have that flexibility, right? Diversification, of course, with just one unit. Guys, can you go to a showroom and ask for 40 rupees of gold? You cannot. But with ETF, you can buy 1 unit at 40 rupees of gold. Gold ETF is 40 rupees, right? So you will be able to buy even 1 unit when it is about ETF. And you can buy at 50 rupees one entire Nifty. Today, let's say if Mohinder wants to invest into Nifty, the top 50 companies, he would need around 30 to 40 lakhs possibly to get all the companies together, if I'm not wrong, whatever it is. But it is certainly not 60 rupees. But with ETF, he will be able to buy 60 rupees and he's invested in top 50 companies, right? Accordingly, it is divided. So that is the diversification that you get in ETF. Minimum trading unit, as I said, you can buy as small as 1 unit, right? What does this make sense? In mutual funds, generally, let's say you have to invest minimum 5,000 rupees, 1,000, right? Minimum value is there. In ETF, it is 1 unit. Whatever the price of unit is, that is the minimum that you have to pay, which is around 40 rupees, 60 rupees. ETFs are that level. It is cost efficient. How is it cost efficient? Because in active fund, that fund manager had an entire team, right? So cost was there, and that's the reason expense ratio of active funds are higher than the index funds or ETFs. Because index fund, what is the fund manager cost? He doesn't have a research team. Why does he need a research team? He just has to replicate the market. He's a single man army, so there's a less cost. For active fund, he has to give his salary to the respective analyst that he has made set, correct? So that's the reason your ETF are cost efficient. Tax efficiency, of course, it is just as there's no separate taxation. There's no too much of turnover also happening. How many times do you think the index fund manager or the ETF fund manager will sell Reliance and buy Reliance? No, he's maintaining that Reliance. Active fund guy would be thinking that Reliance is not that great. He would sell off. Possibly after 6 months, he would buy. So those expense increases, right? So that is where the cost efficiency and tax efficiency works for ETF. Transparency, as I said, if your friend comes and asks you about Nifty 50 portfolio, you can very well open NSE website and tell him. You don't have to, look into the respective fund fact sheets. It is easy to transfer, and of course, arbitrage. How is it arbitrage? You can do FNO also on the ETFs. You can very well do all kind of trading strategies on ETF. because it is giving a real-time NAV. Again, asking a question, can you do FN on shares? Yes, you can do on ETF as well. So always ask yourself a question, is it possible to do on shares? If it is yes, it is possible for ETF also. It is just a hybrid, a full-fledged hybrid, 100% of shares, 100% of index fund. It is a hybrid. So everything that you can do on shares or index fund, you can do on ETF. Okay. So benefits of investing in liquid ETF that I've already told you. Benefits of investing in gold and silver, I've already told you, and we already know these things. Of course, gold and silver, I'm talking to Indian audience over here. We know the value of gold. It is hedge against inflation. I remove all these 5 points and I say emotions. Even then, gold will be sold. Of course, it is a store of value. There is no credit risk. You have a trading flexibility, diversification. Gold gives me a diversification from my equity allocation. Remove all 5 points. I say emotions. I say long-term value. It's safety. Gold is there for us, right? Tracking error of ETF. Now, this is very important. What does this mean? So now this fund manager is replicating the market. So if market has 62,000, his value is also 62, but his value is 61.95 because first point of tracking error is that he is getting an expense ratio from. There is an expense ratio, correct? So that less. Second, it's a human thing. How will he able to match exact to exact? But of course, this is a competition between ICICI and Nippon, DSP, all the AMCs whose tracking error is less, which means who is able to copy the best. Let's say in my school, there was a topper. This girl was studying very nicely, and we are 3 friends. She got 100 out of 100, but I got 97. My friend got 96. My other friend got 99. So whose tracking error was lesser? My third friend, right? His tracking error was 1%. He was able to get 99 marks as same as the girl. So assumption was that we all three didn't study at all, and she only studied. So my tracking error was 3%. My second friend was 2%, and my first friend was just 1%. Tracking error. Who's tracking? So what are we doing now? Are we not replicating? So that girl that I'm talking about is nothing but NSE. She's the index, and we are the fund managers. We are basically replicating the market because we don't have our own. We can't even use our minds. We are not allowed. It's a regulation. We have been told that we have to copy. Now, who is best in replicating is the best fund manager, is the best company. Now, for ICICI front, I can say I'm the one who handles it. Our products are least in terms of tracking error. Okay, which means that we are best in terms of replicating the market. If the Reliance has gone up, we are able to execute right then, and we are able to get on the exact pricing. Does it mean that I will ever be able to beat Nifty? No, that is not possible. And if that is happening, that means there is a regulation problem. If my third friend got 100 out of 100, which couldn't have been possible. Let's say that my topper friend, she got 97. If my friend got 98, that means he did something wrong, which means he broke the regulation. It is an issue. Tracking error will always be there in terms of expense ratio. That is a part. Along with that, it will always be about something missing out because we all didn't study. How will that be possible to go ahead of benchmark? So that is the case. Okay. How is it taxed? There is no different taxation. This is a very common question. ETF, there is no different taxation at all. What you have LTCG, what LTCG applies for equity, it will apply for ETF. What STCG applies for equity, it will apply for ETF. We have debt ETF as well. Okay, so accordingly, now there's no indexation applied, so it's only short-term capital gain, only that will apply for ETF. There's no long-term capital gain right now in debt, so there's no nothing for ETF as well. So it just goes as it is. It is just like any other equity or debt taxation that is there for ETF. If it is an equity ETF, it will have an equity taxation. If it is a debt ETF, it will have a debt taxation. Okay, so what makes ETF different? It is what makes ETF different. This I really like, because if out of this 34 participants that we have, a few participants who are very new to the market, ETF is for them. A few participants who are financial analysts who knows the market, it is also for them, because they can take sectoral calls, they can do tactical calls. For my beginner clients here, they can very well just start investing in Nifty 50 and they are a part of market. They are satisfied that they are a part of market and they have taken good decision to be a part of the market. So ETF is for whom? ETF is for everyone. from beginner to advanced level. Okay. Now, how to invest into ETF? This I'm very sure my friend Mr. Vikram, he can show you how. Of course, on the platform he will be able to show you. But ETF, for ETF, again, I mention this again and again, and this is for sure a strict guideline. ETF can be bought only through Demat. Do you need Demat account for mutual fund investing? No, you don't need a Demat account. You can just invest through mutual funds. But for ETF, you need a Demat account, because, okay, again a question: do you need the Demat for shares? Yes, you need for ETF. Okay, so this is how it will work for ETF. So with this, I end my conversation on particular ETF. I welcome all of your questions on ETF. I can, if there is anything on chat, of course you can post your question on chat. You can unmute yourself possibly, and you can ask a question. So please do not hesitate to ask any kind of question. This is a session for beginning basics of ETF to an advanced, whoever wants to ask any sectoral ETF query or any as basic as any question on ETF. Please, you are welcome to ask on the chat box or unmute yourself and you can ask. And again, just to tell you, I'm a regional guy. I'm a Chennai guy, so I welcome Tamil questions as well.
Even Akash, you know Hindi, I guess.
I know Hindi as well. Yes, yes.
Hindi as well. Yeah. Most of our clients are Hindi based, right? Even
okay.
So 2 regional languages and 1 English universal language. So
certainly. So English, Hindi, and Tamil, anything is fine for me. ETF also. So we have a question. ETF also fluctuate, right? Of course, ETF is nothing but, as I said, it is a replication of the market. The fund manager is just replicating the market. So on that day, if market is very silent, if market is flat, 20 Sensex 20 points, 10 points, or nothing at all, ETF was silent. If that day market fell by 1,000 points, recovered again and went up to 1,200 points, ETF was fluctuated because market was fluctuating that day. So ETF is nothing but a replication of the market itself. One question that I would like to share with you, because this is a common question that I get. You can see a lot of gold ETF value. Currently, gold is around what? Let's say gold is at 60,000. But sir, your NAV is at 45 rupees. Why is that? You said it will just replicate, right? So in 2010, when ICICI, we launched ETF, gold was in 19,000. Our ETF value was also 19 rupees. Okay, so base factor was 1,000. So 1 unit would cost 19 rupees, and gold 10 gram was 19,000. Okay, so Santosh sir, I will take your question. I'll just finish this. Thank you for the question. So as the market grew, gold from 19,000, today it has come up to 52,000, right? Today 19 rupees has grown up to I think around 45 something. Now where is that lag? Are we missing out anything? No, you're not missing out anything. So there is an expense ratio factor, right? You have to compound that expense ratio for a long time, and that is what it comes up to. That expense ratio is just 50 bips. How do you compare? Today, when you buy physical gold of 52,000, you are actually paying 8% wastage, right? Let's say 100 rupees. Today, if gold is 100 rupees and Mohinder has gone and he has bought the gold, he has paid 8% for wastage. That means he's getting 92 rupees of gold. Plus, he also paid 3% of GST. So further down, plus maybe after, so let's say Mohinder is a HNI and he bought a lot of gold. He kept in a bank locker. There he paid expenses. So his actual value of gold has come down to 88 rupees only. Whereas I bought gold ETF. I had 100 rupees. I paid 100 rupees. In that, what gold ETF has done? They have expense ratio of 50 bips, which is 0.5%, which means I got a gold value of 99.5. That's it. Period. So while a physical gold investor is at a value of 89 or 88 rupees, I am at a value of 99.5. Now, then until today, 2010 until today, that 10% has compounded so much, and my 0.5% has compounded so much. So that is the difference. Okay. So today, if gold has gone today from market, today if gold is 52,000 and it is going by 10%, my gold ETF will also grow by 10% minus 0.5. Okay. So this is the idea. Now, Santosh sir has asked how to trade in any broker. Just show an example. Santosh sir, Mr. Vikram is going to show this in his session. He's going to give you an entire practical example of how to buy or sell ETF. He will be able to show you the portal. So that is, please wait until then. And return of ETF. Yogpal sir, again, it is depending on what kind of ETF you invested. If you have invested in Nifty ETF, you just have to see how much return Nifty has given in the last 3 months. If your question is for last 3 months, or how much ETF has given for the last 1 year, how much Nifty has grown for the last 1 year. If it has grown -2%, your ETF has given -2%. If your Nifty ETF has gone 12%, your ETF has given 12%. Okay, so return of ETF is actually just, so it is, again, this is an advantage of transparency. Your friend has asked you a question, what is return of ETF? You don't have to go and see the fact sheet of the respective ETF. You just have to see the Nifty, or let's say you are invested in mid cap 150 ETF. In that case, you go to the respective mid caps section and you will be able to see what is the return. So this is the list of ETFs that ICICI has. We have sectoral, we have market cap based, we have smart beta ETFs, which I have told you, commodity and debt ETFs. So this is the kind of ETFs that we have. If you are interested in Nifty 50, we have top 100 companies, we have mid cap 150, we have. So if you are invested, if you believe in the entire Indian growth history itself, so let me tell you guys with this point, what it was for US in 1980s, 1970 to 1980. It is for India. For the next 10 years, our growth story is phenomenal. And if you believe in Indian story, you can very well buy the exact ICICI Prudential S&P BSE 500 itself, which has large mid and caps. It's like a flexi cap itself. And you are well off. You have invested in an Indian story. So this is a list of ETFs that we have. Foreign fund ETF. No, there is no foreign fund ETF. Foreign fund FOF generally come, but there is no ETF on foreign. You can very well see Mirai FANG ETF, right? So those kind of ETFs are there. For us, so for in ICICI, we do not have a foreign ETF. But of course, there are foreign ETFs. So Minder, it's your call. When
participant, any participant have any questions regarding ETF, you can just put in the chat box, or you can unmute and ask with us to Akash Jain. So I have a personal doubt, Akash. So you have said in the starting, like ETF also can be traded as a FNO. Can you please explain a little bit about that?
Yeah. So you get the margin. You can do the margin trading on that. In fact, you guys are the best to talk on respective trading. But let's say you have an ETF. So let's say you have Nifty 50 ETF. You can get a margin money on that, and you can very well do the trading on that part.
Okay.
Right.
Fine.
So let's say for liquid ETF, for example, 1 lakh that I had in my trading account, I bought liquid ETF. Okay. Now I have 1 unit of liquid ETF is 1,000, which means I have invested in 1 lakh, which means I have got 100 units. Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
100 in my quantity, 100 would be showing. Now a lot of brokers give 10% haircut, which means I can have 90,000 worth of my margin to buy shares.
Okay.
All right. So this is the kind of trading activity you can do keeping ETF in.
Great, man. Thank you. US ETF here. Balaji has a question. US ETF here.
How to trade in ETF through broker? So this Mr. Vikram could show you.
We'll just show you in the.
And Mr. Balaji, US ETF है. US ETF मैंने मेरे का देखा है. मेरे में FANG ETF है, वो मैंने देखा हुआ है. आप एक्चुअली गूगल कर सकते हैं. कई सारे ETF है. One that I am aware of, मेरे has a FANG ETF. But FANG का फैट खत्म हो गया सर. ये हम सब जानते हैं. FANG एक्चुअली अभी फैट हो रहा है. Point वही है. But if you're interested, there is a Nasdaq index fund that we have in ICICI. It's an index fund. It's not an ETF. It's an index fund, of course. अगर आप ट्रेडर नहीं है, आप वैसे भी इन्वेस्टमेंट ही देख रहे हैं, तो आप इंडेक्स फंड भी ले ही सकते हैं. Which doesn't mean that ETF is only for trading. ETF is very well for the investing as well, whichever suits you. If you do not have a demat account, you cannot invest into ETF. So that's the reason index fund भी बनाए जाते हैं. In fact, a lot of funds over here, हमने ETF भी रखा है और इंडेक्स फंड भी रखा है. तो अभी जैसे देखिए ICICI Prudential Nifty 50 ETF, we have a ICICI Prudential Nifty 50 index fund as well, because for ICICI, of course, our customer base is huge all over India, right? Not every client of us has a demat account. So for those who do not have a demat account yet, they want to be invested in the passive product, which is Nifty 50. They can very well invest into ICICI Prudential Nifty 50 index fund. So Nasdaq ETF we do not have, but Nasdaq index fund we have. Balaji, MON 100 ETF, I couldn't understand. What is it?
Mr. Balaji, the mon-100 ETF is nothing but the Motilal Oswal's Nasdaq's ETF, which tracks the Nasdaq.
Okay, great. So anyone, any questions regarding about ETF, basics of ETF? So, okay guys, so shall we move to like how to trade ETF through Tradeplus? I think Balaji has a... Yes, Balaji.
सर लैंग्वेज हिंदी?
Yes, please.
चलेगा सर,
चलेगा ना हिंदी? सर ये MO100 है, ये मोतीलाल ओसवाल का नेस्डैक के ऊपर काम करता है सर, ETF की।
करेक्ट सर।
तो इसमें मेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट भी है काफी सारा, और यूएस की 100 कंपनी, मतलब 102 कंपनी, उसको कॉपी करता है ये ETF।
करेक्ट सर।
तो इसमें इसके जैसी ETF है अपने कोई?
ये सेम, ये मोतीलाल ओसवाल का सेम फंड आप हमारे यहाँ भी आप परचेस कर सकते हो, नॉर्मल आपके ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट से आप MO100 भी बाय कर सकते हो। अभी हम आपको एक छोटा सा वीडियो बताएंगे जहाँ हमारा प्री डिफाइंड बास्केट्स वगैरह आप वहाँ पे सेलेक्ट कर सकते हो।
अच्छा सर, तो सर ये तो इसके अंदर 100 कंपनी है ना?
यस,
या फिर 102 कंपनियां हैं?
नहीं, मैं क्या 100 है सर वो।
अच्छा, 100 कंपनियां का। और ये S&P 500?
S&P 500 जो टॉप 500 कंपनी से उसको ट्रैक करेंगे वो।
अच्छा, टॉप 500 कंपनी को ट्रैक करेंगे। अच्छा, इसका जो उतार चढ़ाव होता है, मान लो कि आज मतलब यूएस मार्केट माइनस में गया है रात, आज नाइट में 8 बजे के बाद, तो इसका जो मंडे को रिजल्ट आएगा वो डाउन में आएगा अगर माइनस में जाता है तो।
वो कंप्लीटली जैसे आकाश जी ने कहा था, क्लाइंट्स जो भी ETF लेते हैं, जो भी सेक्टर या जो भी प्रोडक्ट वाइज लेते हैं, ETFs कंप्लीटली उसी के ऊपर ही रिटर्न्स देंगे या उसी के ऊपर ही उनका मूवमेंट रहेगा। अगर आप समझ लीजिए आपने फार्मा सेक्टर का कोई ETF लिया है, ओवरऑल फार्मा सेक्टर अगर आपका बढ़ रहा है तो आपने जो फार्मा ETF लिया है वो भी ऊपर जाएगा। अगर फार्मा सेक्टर नीचे आ रहा है तो फार्मा ETF भी आपको नीचे आएगा। सो आप ETFs बेसिकली, जैसे मैंने कहा, कंप्लीटली सेक्टर बेस्ड या प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड है। आप जो भी ETF लोगे वो प्रोडक्ट कैसे परफॉर्मेंस दे रहा है उसी हिसाब से आपका ETF का रिटर्न भी रहेगा।
अगर सर इसको मैं ETF को ना खरीद कर, अगर एक बात कहता हूँ, ये करना नहीं चाहिए, मतलब अगर ETF को ना खरीद कर अगर इसको कॉपी करके अगर मैं 100 की 100 कंपनी मतलब एक छोटे से अमाउंट से बाय करें, और उसके अंदर क्या बेनिफिट है?
सर ये तो ये हो जाएगा कि आपका पोर्टफोलियो बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा। आप ट्रैक करने की परवाह हो गया कि कौन सा शेयर में रखा हूँ, कौन सा शेयर में नहीं रखा हूँ, और इन्वेस्टमेंट वैल्यू भी आपका ज्यादा रहेगा। लेकिन अगर आप ETF कर देते हो तो जैसे कहा, आपको ट्रैक नहीं करना पड़ेगा कि कौन सा स्टॉक जा रहा है, ऑटोमेटिकली ओवरऑल सभी स्टॉक्स को मिला के आपका ETF परफॉर्मेंस दे देगा। आपको अलग अलग स्टॉक के परफॉर्मेंस की चिंता करनी नहीं पड़ेगी।
I think everyone got cleared. I think बालाजी को भी समझ आ चुका होगा। So ETF बेसिकली हम फ्रैक्शंस में बाय कर रहे हैं। इफ यू इंडिविजुअली बाय करने से आप लाइक क्वांटिटी वाइज बाय करेंगे, सिंगल क्वांटिटी, सो प्राइस ज्यादा रहेगा, एज आकाश पहले ही बता रहे थे। So I think everyone has got cleared. Akash, thank you so much. So we just move forward, and Vikram will explain a small video. We'll just show you a small video about how to trade ETF by using Rocket Trading platform.
Good evening all again. So hope you enjoyed the session with Mr. Akash. As informed by him, ETFs has the potential to be a tool for building strategic allocation of assets, which can play a major role in your long-term wealth creation. ETFs move with the benchmark, so the risk of underperformance is minimal. ETFs can give you higher returns compared to other asset classes like FD, government securities, and fixed deposits. Even the investors who want to avoid the possibility of underperformance in their portfolio can benefit by investing in the ETFs. So now we will share a small video of our Rocket Trading platform from where you can trade and buy predefined ETFs which are available in our basket options. So we'll play the video now. You can go through it, and any questions you can ask. And once the mobile version is over, we will also play a small video on our web trading platform.
In this video, we are going to see on how to invest in ETF with the predefined baskets that are available in our Rocket mobile app. Once you are logged in, you can go to Tools and select Basket. Once you are in Basket, you can go to Default Baskets, and you can see that there are variety of baskets with details about them and amount that will be required to initiate the transactions. Once you have gone through all the baskets and decided which one to buy, you can directly place orders from there itself. You can just click on place orders. If you need to modify any quantity, you can just modify it. If not, you can just press place orders. It will just ask you for the confirmation, and once you give the confirmation, you can just go and see in your order book that all the orders which you had placed have been executed.
So this is how you can place ETF by using our Rocket mobile trading platform. If you have any queries, you can just ask. The advantage feature if you use a Rocket app is we have a predefined baskets, right, Vikram? So
yes, we have a predefined baskets for different ETFs, and there are ETFs which you can buy even as less as for ₹500, and even the quantities you can decide whether you want to decrease the quantities or increase the quantities and invest. So any questions on this video, like how to place any other orders on our Rocket mobile app? You can ask freely. Then we can move to our web-based platform.
हेलो सर,
बोलिए सर.
वो मेरे एक बीच में कॉल आ गई थी सर.
नो प्रॉब्लम सर, बोलिए.
अच्छा, तो मैं जो कह रहा था जैसे कि मेरा जो अकाउंट है ना, वो एक तो वेस्टेज फाइनेंस के साथ में है.
ओके.
और दूसरा है इंटरएक्टिव ब्रोकर के साथ में.
ओके.
तो मैंने क्या किया था सर, मैं आपको बताऊं, मैंने क्या किया था, जो इसका मोतीलाल ओसवाल का ETF है ना, उसके जैसे उसमें जैसे मैंने इन्वेस्टमेंट किया था उस वाले ETF में, तो मेरे को अच्छा खासा रिटर्न आया था सर.
ओके.
और रिटर्न भी अच्छा खासा आया था, और इसके अंदर मतलब मान के चलो कि रिस्क भी कम है.
करेक्ट सर. यस, ETFs में जैसे हमने कहा था, रिस्क आपको कम रहता है क्योंकि ये कंप्लीटली डाइवर्सिफाइड रहता है, प्लस मोमेंट बेस्ड रहता है कि आपने कौन सा ETF चूज किया.
अच्छा, ये बात है. तो इसके सर अपने यहाँ ETF के फंड मैनेजर कौन है?
नहीं, यहाँ स्पेसिफिकली नहीं है सर. आप ETF लेते हो, जैसे आप निप्पॉन का ले रहे हो तो उनका अलग फंड मैनेजर आ जाता है. अगर आप ICICI का लेते हो तो उनका अलग फंड मैनेजर है. कोटक का लेते हो तो अलग फंड मैनेजर है. हर जो भी आप ETF लेते हो, हर ETF के अलग अलग फंड मैनेजर्स होते हैं.
यूएस के फंड मैनेजर कौन है?
यूएस के फंड का आप किसके साथ ले रहे हो? अगर आपको जैसे आपने कहा कि आपने MON 100 लिया है, मोतीलाल का लिया है, तो वो मोतीलाल का जो 100 का उन्होंने जो फंड मैनेजर डिसाइड किया, वो फंड मैनेजर उनका डिसीजन रहता है. हर ETFs के
वो तो उनका अगर हम अपनी कंपनी से लें तो
नहीं सर. आप हमारी कंपनी से भी, मतलब Tradeplus का करके कोई ETF नहीं है. आप मार्केट में जो ETF ट्रेड हो रहा है, जैसे ICICI का है, कोटक का है, निप्पॉन का है, मिराई का है, CPSE है, तो आप वो जो ETF लोगे, उनके जो फंड मैनेजर वो डिसाइड करेंगे कि क्या करना है.
अच्छा, तो अपनी मीटिंग भी आज की ETF के रिगार्डिंग थी, मतलब आपने क्या है ETF के प्लान लॉन्च किए मैंने?
ये सर हमने प्री डिफाइंड बास्केट्स रेडी किया हुआ है, जो कि क्लाइंट्स यूज कर सकते हैं कि प्री डिफाइंड बास्केट में कौन सा ETF उनको चाहिए, और वहां से वो डायरेक्टली ऑर्डर प्लेस कर सकते हैं.
Thank you, Bala sir, for the question. Balaji sir, Akash sir has put up something on chat. I guess I think you can just unmute and tell everyone.
Yes, Mohinder. So the question, this is actually very relevant question and very common question. Thanks for asking this question. Bees versus ETF difference. So bees is nothing. Actually, what happened is there was a company, there was an ETF which was named as Benchmark ETF. Okay, and Nippon, which was Reliance earlier, then it turned to Nippon. Nippon took over this, and this was the oldest ETF that you can find in India. You can see gold bees, you can see liquid bees. So basically, it is nothing but an ETF itself. It's just that Nippon used to name their ETF as bees. And just to I give an example along with that. Today, see in our school days, even until today, we call photocopy as Xerox. Xerox is just a company name. There could be many photocopy machines companies, right? But we always just refer to them as Xerox. So likewise, a lot of traders, a lot of brokers, they all refer to ETF as bees only. Bees is nothing but Nippon's ETF. So today we have ICICI liquid ETF. Just like ICICI liquid ETF, there's a competition to ICICI liquid ETF, which is Nippon liquid bees. Okay. So bees is nothing but a ETF itself.
Okay. Fine. That was a good question, I guess.
Yes.
That was a good question. Thank you, Akash, for explaining. So, any questions regarding ETF? So, okay. Shall we play the next video?
Hello.
Yes.
What will be the brokerages while trading ETF? Suppose we do intra kind of thing. What will happen in the brokerage?
The brokerage is same as the shares. So as we informed, ETFs you can buy as a share. So whatever the brokerage is which is getting charged for you when you purchase normal shares, it will be the same. There's no specific difference interest on or brokerage on ETFs. It's same as the shares.
I think Tradeplus charges zero brokerage, I guess, for investments. That's we only charge 0% brokerage on investment on ETFs. So that's a thing. And we also give free demat cum trading account for our users. If you're a new user, you can open a free demat cum trading account by just downloading our Rocket app from Play Store or App Store. Or else you can also visit to www.tradeplusonline.com, I guess. You can also check our pricing plans on our website. For equity investments and all type of investment is almost zero brokerage. It's a zero brokerage. I think, Vikram, we have to move to the next video. It's a web trading platform, right? I'll just share it.
Thank you, Manda. Yes, we can just see the video on our web trading platform Rocket, which is more or less same as our mobile, but it has one unique feature which the clients can choose when they trade through the web trading platform. Let's see the video now. To see on how to invest in ETFs with the predefined baskets that are available in our Rocket web trading platform. Once you are logged in, simply go to the basket option that is available on the right hand side of your screen and then select default baskets. You will find variety of baskets with details about them and the amount required to initiate the buy transactions. Once you have selected any basket which you would like to buy, you can directly place an order from the same basket option by clicking on place order. Once you have clicked on place order, it will show you the quantity and the ETFs which you are going to buy. Once you have confirmed, you can see that the orders will be executed in the trading system immediately. You can go to the activity log and verify your latest orders to check on the placement. Additionally, our web-based login offers a convenient feature that allows you to search for the ETFs easily. On normal search bar, you can just type gold and you will be able to see an option called ETF. Once you click on it, you will be able to see the ETFs which are available under the category of gold. So same for example, if you type bank, you will be able to see the ETFs that are available under bank. You will find all the ETFs available in the particular category what you have searched for. Start trading smarter and faster with Tradeplus today. Thank you.
This is how ETF, we can just place predefined baskets and you can search for ETF easily on RocketPlus web trading platform. Is there any questions, users, investors and traders? You can just directly ask Vikram or just put your questions on your chat box. And I would like to tell something like this is the industry first feature we have been implemented. Like we have just given the predefined baskets, right, Vikram? So we have like predefined baskets where you can just directly choose and place the order. So every month, if you want to like place an order for the minimum like 300, I can buy ETF predefined basket. I can select from predefined basket and can place the order.
Yes, you can select the predefined baskets and the quantities can be decided by you. It's not a fixed quantity. Whether you want to increase or decrease, you can just do the needful.
Even I find the interesting feature about our predefined basket is that I can even download the predefined basket, I guess, and I can also share that basket with my friends and family members, where they can also implement or deploy the same baskets to the trading platform and execute it. So
yes, this can be done.
This can be done, yeah. Also, you can just refer your friends and family by just clicking on the share button, which is available on our Rocket app, and you can just share the link to your friends and family via WhatsApp, and you can share. You can just refer your friends and family members. This is one of the key features we are like implementing. So, is there any questions like regarding? I think we have a question, Vikram, in chat box. Is RocketPlus is better than Rocket?
Mr. Reddy, sir, see, both the platforms are good. See, every platform has their own features. So I won't say that, one is better or not. Both the platforms are good. You can choose anyone depending on your requirement. As I said, each software has their own features. So based on your features, what you need, you can just select it, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I think we can just end the session, I guess. Akash Jain, thank you so much for this opportunity. There are a lot of things we have came to know about ETF today. So ETF can be purchased as a share in the market, and you guys can just purchase the ETF by placing limit orders. That means you can purchase ETF by your desired price, right? But mutual fund, we can't do that. Market order क्यों नहीं buy करते हो? So there is a chat. I think Akshay Kumar put something. Just a second.
So market order buy होता है sir. If you can be आकाश जी, आप थोड़ा अगर आप डिटेल बताओगे तो हम आपको क्वेश्चन को और अच्छी तरह से जवाब दे पाएंगे.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
बोलिए आकाश जी.
सर आई एम अक्षय. सर जैसे मैं बात कर रहा हूँ ना कि जब बाई करता हूँ तो मार्केट ऑर्डर में बाई नहीं होता है, लिमिट करने के लिए बोलता, मतलब लिमिट ऑर्डर मांगता है.
कौन से सेगमेंट में सर?
सर ऑप्शन.
ये सर ऑप्शंस में बाइंग ऑर्डर के लिए मार्केट ऑर्डर ब्लॉक किया हुआ है सर, क्योंकि जस्ट टू सेफ्टी पर्पस. क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है, बहुत सारे क्लाइंट्स बहुत सारे इलिक्विड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स में ट्रेड कर जाते हैं, जिसमें क्या होता है बायर सेलर में बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस रहता है, लेकिन एलटीपी में फर्क रहता है. सो अगर क्लाइंट इलिक्विड ट्रेड कर रहे हैं और बाई चांस गलती से मार्केट ऑर्डर दे देते हैं तो वो प्राइस एग्जीक्यूशन में बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस हो जाता है. सो इसीलिए उसे ब्लॉक किया गया है कि आप जब पोजीशन लेते हो, नया पोजीशन जब भी आप खरीदते हो तो आपको वो लिमिट ऑर्डर में लेना पड़ेगा सर.
बट सर स्क्वायर ऑफ तो कम से कम होना ही चाहिए.
स्क्वायर ऑफ नहीं सर, स्क्वायर ऑफ अगर आप पोजीशन में जाके स्क्वायर ऑफ दोगे तो आपको मार्केट प्राइस पे स्क्वायर ऑफ हो जाएगा, मार्केट वॉच से नहीं होगा. मार्केट वॉच से चाहे आप बाई करो या सेल करो, वो आपको लिमिट ऑर्डर पे लेके जाएगा. लेकिन वंस आपने एक पोजीशन खड़ी कर दी है और आपको उसको मार्केट पे एग्जीक्यूट करना है, आप आपके पोजीशन ऑप्शन में जाके स्क्वायर ऑफ का ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट कीजिए, आपको वो मार्केट पे एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा.
ओके सर. बट सर कभी हुआ नहीं, मैं मतलब ट्राई किया नहीं होता है, इसलिए मैं
नहीं सर, मैं आप ट्राई कीजिए, जस्ट इन केस अगर आपको कुछ इश्यू है तो आप मंडे को कस्टमर सपोर्ट से बात कॉल कीजिए, हम क्या इश्यू है आपके रिमोट सिस्टम को रिमोट में लेके चेक करके रेक्टिफाई कर देंगे सर।
हाँ सर, और एक क्वेरी था कि जैसे ऑप्शन सेलिंग के लिए ना मेरे को सेलिंग करना था, तो
आकाश जी
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है सर।
कोई 20,000 शो कर मतलब दिखा रहा था।
नहीं, आपकी आवाज नहीं है सर, आप वापस एक बार आपका क्वेश्चन रिपीट करोगे?
सर जैसे मुझे ना कल ऑप्शन सीलिंग करना था, कल या परसों मतलब करना था, तो ऑप्शन सीलिंग के लिए रॉकेट जो ऐप है ना उसमें सर 20,000 के आसपास मतलब शो कर रहा था कि इतना लगेगा। तो हाँ, तो मुझे डाउट हुआ कि अभी तो सब लोग बोलता है कि 1 लाख प्लस लगता है, तो फिर मैं सपोर्ट से बात किया तो वो लोग बोला कि नहीं 1 लाख के आसपास लगेगा, बट अभी मतलब ऐप में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है इसलिए नहीं हो पा रहा है। तो सर आप उसको देख लीजिएगा एक बार, क्योंकि सेलिंग भी करना होता है।
ठीक है सर, हम जरूर चेक करेंगे कि वो जब आप सेलिंग ऑर्डर आप ऑप्शन सेल
हाँ,
करने
तो
जा रहे हो
मेरे
तो
को
आपको मार्जिन रिक्वायरमेंट क्यों 20,000 बताया?
हाँ 19,000 18,000 ऐसे बताता है।
ठीक है सर, हम आपको एक बार चेक कर लेंगे, लेकिन ठीक है सर, हम एक बार चेक कर लेंगे, चेक करके माइट बी मंडे गेट बैक करेंगे। आपकी यूसीसी खाली
सर आप अभी भी चेक कर सकते हैं, आज भी मतलब शो कर रहा था इस तरह से, तो आप चेक कर सकते हैं अभी भी।
ठीक है सर, हम चेक करके मैं रेक्टिफाई कर देंगे।
हाँ
हाँ, thank you so much everyone. I think this is
Sir, I have a question. Excuse me.
Yes sir.
Actually, some broker having breakout order in option trading, but not in Tradeplus. So, will you going to?
Currently the BO order is not available sir. हम खाली cover order provide कर रहे हैं, but that cover order is also not in option. वो आप futures में या equity में use कर पाओगे, but yes, in future we might look into bringing the bracket order option also.
I think couple of questions is coming regarding the options trading. I guess this session is completely about ETF. I think we have covered all the topics about the basics of ETF, I guess, and also we have mentioned people. We have also shown how to place ETF orders on our Rocket Trading platform. So definitely, I will just put the this thing feedback form in the chat box. Kindly fill up, and in case of any regarding queries or feedback regarding this webinar, you can just post in this link. Thank you so much all. Have a good day and a good weekend. Thank you all.
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. The information discussed herein should not be construed as recommendation or investment advice. Brokerage will not exceed the SEBI prescribed limit.